Hello all, this is John from Eastcoastarmory.com, and I'm here today with a diorama showcase video for this 1/6 scale Maybach HL-230 P45 Cyclone engine. The engine itself is a new release from Eastcoastarmory.com and is a full resin kit of this version of the HL-230. This version of the HL-230 differs from my other versions of the Maybach in that this version here is fitted with the Cyclone air filtration system and is intended to be used on Panthers, Jag Panthers, and King Tigers. This sample engine was assembled, building it from the kit and the parts supplied with the kit, and has been painted, weathered, and placed in this simple outdoor diorama with my 1/6 scale Armortech King Tiger tank. The engine itself is offered in several versions. The first version is an unassembled kit, that is the full engine. There's a half-engine kit that's sold to be used in engine compartments inside of the tanks, and also there are a full-built version like this one here. The full-built version is all hand-built and hand-painted, and can be offered in both unweathered and weathered conditions. Over here, we can see what makes the Cyclone system the Cyclone. Over here and here are the tank's air filtration systems. The Cyclone system utilizes a complex baffle network that would draw air into the engine from these small little grooves here, would then drop down into these two tanks on the other side of the engine. These two tanks here are the oil baths. The oil will filter the air, and any heavy debris will fall and get trapped into the oil. The clean air will then get recycled back into the system, into this box here, where a fiber element would be inside of these canisters. The fiber element will filter the air further, and then the double filtered air will then enter into the engine. On the kit, the baffle system is removable. Once removed, it reveals the the engine's carburetors, as well as control and fuel rod detailing. All these details that you see here are included in the kit. Another feature that differs this version of the engine from my other versions of the Maybach HL-230s is the different water cooling jackets. On the earlier versions of the Maybach, they were a small skinny tube that would go into this portion here of the engine block. On this version of the 230, they were changed in having the small little tube replaced with a large flat conduit or duct like you see here. This flattened duct made it easier for the hookups for the coolant tubes to fit around the large Cyclone system. Another feature that differs this kit from the standard HL-230s, which are offered on ECA, is the modification done to the engine's exhaust manifold system. On the standard HL-230, like which will be used on the Tiger 1, you only receive just this straight piece of the manifold without the extra coolant duct and without the adapter. Because of the hull shape on the King Tiger and on the Panther, like what we see here, that severe angle in the back, the Germans developed an adapter piece for the HL-230. The adapter piece was just two pieces of sheet metal that bolted together, and then they would then in turn bolt to the standard exhaust heat shield, and they would then connect to the exhaust stacks that would be exiting out of the vehicle. The two shields themselves are comprised of two separate pieces and are hollow. If you look on the inside, you would be able to see the engine's exhaust manifold end cap. Another feature that differs this engine from the standard HL-230 that would be used on the Tiger 1 is the addition of the two exhaust manifold cooling ducts that we see here mounted to the top portion of the heat shields. Unlike a Tiger 1, where on the Tiger 1 there would have been a small adapter plate that would have been bolted to this portion here of the manifold, which would then enter the firewall, where there would be a large fan that was spun by the drive shaft. That fan would then generate the the cool air that would blow through the heat shield and then out through the Tiger One's exhaust. Since the Panther and the King Tiger have two large cooling fans on the engine deck, they ducted the air from the cooling fans into the engine compartment, and there they would enter into the exhaust manifold via these two ducts here. These two ducts would blow the air into the manifold, and then the air would then go straight out through the tank's exhaust system. Another feature with the kit is that these exhaust pieces here, these cooling manifold ducts, are comprised out of flexible resin. The flexible resin ensures that if you are fitting this engine into an engine compartment of a vehicle, they will bend on you and will better contour the interior of your model. Like on all the ECA Maybach engines, the flywheel and the drive shaft are spinnable in both the front and the back of the engine. The drive shaft is also pivotable, which gives it for some realistic detailing. Concludes this model showcase video for this 1/6 scale Maybach HL-230 P45 with Cyclone air cleaners. Stay tuned for more videos, and don't forget to check out Eastcoastarmory.com for more detailed components and more 1/6 scale model builds. Thank you.